HFA's work to end hunger is more pressing than ever. According to a report published by HFA in July 2020, the United States is facing the gravest hunger crisis in modern times, with more than 1 in 3 children missing meals or suffering from reduced portion sizes because their families don't have enough money for food. The rate of child hunger is 5 times higher than before the pandemic, and adult hunger is 2.5 times higher. As domestic hunger increases, all types of low-income families are suffering, but data shows that people of color are impacted at higher rates. HFA data shows that in the spring and summer of this year, 41.1% of Black respondent households experienced food insecurity, as did 36.9% of Hispanic respondent households, in contrast to 23.2% of white respondent households. As the global pandemic and demands for racial justice collide, it is more important than ever to uplift Martin Luther King's message of justice. For 2 decades, Hunger Free America has honored Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy by coordinating service events and volunteer actions supporting long-term solutions to hunger. With this year's Serve-a-Thon, our hope is that volunteers will learn something new, take action in the fight against hunger, as well as take away some ideas on how to continue working towards and supporting a more equitable community. So now, as we begin the workshop, I'd like to introduce some group norms to frame our dialogue. As you can see, they're listed on the screen. A safe space is a brave space. We are, excuse me. We are called to create a brave space where we accept the likelihood that we will be uncomfortable when investigating issues of race, privilege, and oppression and our roles within them. We work to recognize our privileges. Use this space to recognize and investigate your privileges, for example, class, gender, sexual orientation, or ability. Honor the different experiences we all bring to this space. Take risks. Lean into discomfort. We are all in this process. Challenge yourself to contribute even if it is not perfectly formulated. Actively listen. Use your energy to listen to what is said before thinking about how to respond. Notice when defensiveness and denial arise. If anyone has any additional norms, we also welcome those in the chat as well. Okay, so for today's workshop, it is entitled Food Justice is Immigration Justice: The Intersections of Language, Immigration, and Food Assistance in the South Bronx. To speak on these topics, I'd like to introduce our co-hosts, Sister Ana Zamora, Program Director of St. Jerome Hands Community Center, located in the South Bronx of New York City, Norma Bucio, volunteer with St. Jerome's Hands, and Lucy Sanchez, the St. Jerome Hands Food Pantry Coordinator. Sister Ana, can you let us know a bit more about the work that goes on at St. Jerome's Hands Community Center?
Sure, good morning, everyone. So I want to talk a little about the St. Jerome Hands Community Center. We belong to the Catholic Church. We are located in the basement from the St. Jerome Church. So we serve a lot of people from different countries, especially immigrants. We have different activities, workshop classes, Spanish classes for literacy. Every class is for adults. We serve also in the food pantry, around 100 families a week. And we have different services from workshops from mental health, computer classes, citizenship classes, ESL, basic, intermediate, and advanced, and other workshops and activities.
That's great. So now we're going to share your presentation, so you can take us through that and kind of explain a little more in detail the things that you do at your site.
Thank you. So I will leave the word to Miss Lucy Sanchez.
Sí, vamos a enseñar de la presentación. La van a poner. Well, this is the history, some small history about how community center start. And that's amazing because I'm volunteer here and I don't know that. And some information about how the people like Martin Luther King, like us and everyone's fight for this kind of help for the communities, more the low income communities. So this is a little bit about Centro Comunitario San Jerome Hems. So le damos vuelta aquí o como. Okay, good. If you can see the letter hands, that's the word for every letter about houses hands.
Avanza.
So that's the beginning when the center opened in the 2008 with the help of the volunteers and a lot of people.
Puedo decir un poco en español algunas palabras y si alguien puede traducir. El centro comunitario se abrió, como dice Norma, en el 2008. Gracias a la ayuda de muchas personas, especialmente agradecemos al padre John Grange, pastor de la iglesia de San Jerónimo, Liz Stewart, Lucila Pérez, una de nuestras religiosas jerónimas, y a muchas personas que, como pueden observar en la foto, son personas que trabajaron con sus manos para poder tener este centro tal como lo conocemos el día de hoy.
So if you see this picture right here, it'll show you how people are actually digging to make the center. The center was totally ground, and they dug and dug and dug and dug until we had a level of emptiness, and then they started building. So that's how we came about. So now we have the center.